Alright guys, so from a comment that I got a while ago, like to explain what exactly mermails do, I decided to do like a Mermail 101 kind of video, and I've been really bad with videos lately, so this will be perfect. So, start off over here, except for these two really. These all revolve around discarding cards. To these you discard one water monster special summon, then he searches a mermail. Discard two water monsters to special summon him, and you search an abyss spell or trap card, usually sphere. That's what I'm forgetting. This guy right here. This you discard a water monster to search a level 3 water monster from your deck. And this you discard a water monster to search a level 3 to get a level 3 or lower water monster back from your graveyard. So with all that knowing to mind, and then all the Atlanteans activate when they're sent to activate a water monster's effect. That's the key word. This pops a set card, this pops a face up card, and this searches a sea serpent. And when it's on the field, your level 3 or lower water monsters can attack directly. And this is a mermail, but when it's discarded, it lets you special summon a mermail. It's basically a monster reborn for mermail monsters. And these get their effects when special summoned as well as normal summoned. And this sends a water monster from your deck to the grave, and you search Janix's controller. So we'll start off with this. With this, since I said that these three activate when sent to activate a water monster, these will activate. So if I send this, I can pop a face-up card, search, or pop a set card. So that's why he's really good in the deck. But you have to always have control in your deck. If he's in your hand, it sucks because you can't use him at all. Like, because you have to search him. It's a requirement. So how you want to really start off, honestly, is these two are probably your best cards to start off with, because he can search this, and then this can go into that, and then like you can get rid of anything, and like if you get rid of him, you can search like either these or this guy right here. So like that's like, he's really key to get your play started, and he only needs one monster to discard, and you can search him, her, and him because of his effect. He searches a mermail. So you want to like, essentially you just want to like always like, depending on the turn, like special summon him. You want to like ditch him. If you have him in your hand, it's really good, but he's at 1, so it's rarely the case. But these guys, you know, you always want to like really do it, but sometimes you do have to like get rid of like a non-effect monster that works that way in order to like just be able to go plus and search. That's why you would get him. Like if I have him in my hand and I summon him, I discard him, and then I'll search this, and then if I have this, I can just discard this, special summon, and then I get him back, and then again I can make any of these automatically. Like, doesn't matter. These guys, you guys should know what these does, honestly. This is really good because level 5 or higher can't attack on both sides of the field, and you can negate monsters' effects that are less than his attack by detaching. And as long as he has material, 5 or higher can't attack. But if he has no material, then he just becomes a 28 beater. So you essentially want to like do stuff like that, you know, to get your stuff started. Like I said, like he's really good to like get stuff started, to like clear the field. And then what he does, you usually want to like have this in the grave, sort of. He's like kind of your late play card, but he's searchable with him, so like you can like recycle. So you'd want at least 2 in your hand to like be able to like keep swapping, and you can get your stuff. He only really needs to be at 1 though. So that's just to know. And then these are activated normal and special summoned. So for these two, This is also going to combo into this. When this is destroyed, you can special summon a Mermail monster, any Mermail monster from your deck to the field. And this is destroyed by battle or card effect. So if your opponent has a really strong monster out and gets rid of this, you can summon this, and like if they can't get over that, then you're safe. But like if they can't get over this, you would normally want to summon this so it can get its effect, so you can hopefully ditch to pop their monster, or like get some advantage, or like get this to like get one of your big monsters out and stuff like that. So that's good. And then with this, so this does kind of the same thing with this, but the effect's negated. So what you want to do is, if your opponent's attacking, you want to flip it up. You want to special summon her, because then they would have to attack. Since its effect's negated on the field, but it activates in the graveyard, you still get its effect and it's free. And if your opponent wants to MST, you flip it up, summon her, same thing happens. But you also want to remember, like sometimes you want to use special summons any Mermail. You don't want to special summon these guys primarily because they can discard for their cost, but they can't activate their effect after that. So like it's kind of a minus with this. So you would want to summon, and like just to have like 4 fodder, so you can like make like, you know, a Bahamut Shark or any rank 4 monster you want to. But usually like that's kind of how it goes. And then a cool thing, because it says sent to activate a water monster, if you have this is why this is limited, because if you equip this and then this effect, this is also a keynote. It says you can't, so you detach to activate, and you special summon a level 3 water, a rank 3 water Exceed. So you get this. Now this is just like for defense, and when this is destroyed, special summon a Mermail from your graveyard. But then he says you can't attack for the rest of the turn. But what you can do, it says for the rest of the turn, and this is a really jank ruling. So you can attack and then summon, because the rest of the turn would be for your main phase 2 and end phase. And if he got sent to activate a water monster, it still goes off because he's water. And then same with this, and you know, this is kind of a staple, but this also gets a 500 bonus. It does the same thing because it's activating for a water monster. And then like usually for this is when you search with this. You want to sync for a 7, or you want to sync for your 10, and kind of just get that playing going. So that's normally like what you want to think about when you play this deck. But sometimes you do have to make really unusual plays due to the hands that you can get with this. Like this is if you have like the perfect hand and setup, but like you have to know when you do have the perfect setup how to use it correctly, and that's what you would usually do if you have that setup. But yeah, like that's just a little tip on like what to do for each card and like what they do, and you know, you can like look them up too. And like I'm not the best Mermail player, but I'm gonna learn this deck a lot more as well because of the new support that's coming out, and this deck should be really deadly. So this also, if you're playing against it, knowing what each card does and like what your opponent wants to do to you, how you can like kind of prevent that from happening, and like keeping your field safe, and like not having too many set cards because of this, or like face up cards, you got to be aware of this, or like your face up card can be destroyed, like it wouldn't matter, so like this can stay and stuff. Like you just got to be mindful of that, and you just got to be aware of. And then they can make big plays like rank 7s, you know, big eye, take your monster, Draco Sack, pop a card. It's all there. But yeah, that's pretty much the basics of Mermails. Alright guys, see you later.